What's up, guys? It's Clown Fighter here. Been away for a while, guys. I'm getting back into it now. So today we're just going to be looking at Mr. Tom Aspinall ripping Jon Jones into smithereens, taking shots at Jon Jones, taking shots at Stipe Miocic, and just exposing Jon Jones for avoiding him. So as you can see from the title, he's going to talk about how Jon Jones is basically going to retire after he fights Stipe. He actually said this in a recent Instagram live or a quick Q&A or something, according to Michael Bisping. So Tom Aspinall here is showing signs of frustration and just annoyance at Jon Jones. So Jon Jones has not said Tom Aspinall's name, and Tom Aspinall rips him here and kind of cusses him out for what Jon Jones was expecting. Jon Jones was expecting Tom Aspinall to lose against Curtis Blades, and it didn't happen. And Tom Aspinall absolutely rips him here. So let's get straight into the interview.
Get Joe Biden out of there. Stipe Miocic, get him out of there. It needs to be Joe Biden.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Anthony. I know he's your friend. I'm just trying to get a fight. Yeah,
it's fine. I didn't even when we talked about it on here like last week. I was like, okay, that was a pretty good line.
I mean.
So Tom Aspinall basically is starting to take shots now at all these, well, not all of them, but the two heavyweights that are holding the division. You got Stipe, who's 43 or 42 years old, and he's been waiting about 4 or 5 years now. I don't know how long it's been, 2-3 years for Jon Jones to fight. And Uncle Dana in the middle has just been tagging it along. Every interview Dana gets these days, he just keeps bigging up Jon Jones and Stipe. They're legends. We have to let them fight, blah, blah, blah. And Tom Aspinall has now called Stipe Miocic a Joe Biden. Get him out of there. He's too old. He's mumbling when he talks. We don't even know half the time what Stipe says. He's getting older, so we're not going to understand him more. We're just like, look, Joe Biden, the guy, let him resign, step down. Why are we still waiting for this guy? So Tom Aspinall is starting to take shots, and let's see what he says.
I never have anything against anyone personally. It's just a sport for me. I'm just having a laugh, do you know what I mean? But
it was
am I right, though? Am I right or not? Because what the fuck's going on? What is going on? Like,
you haven't heard anything about that fight happening or anything?
I've heard nothing. Nothing. So, like, they want me to be a backup fighter for it, but why are you giving a guy who's 42, however old he is? I mean, I completely understand, mate. I have the utmost respect for Stipe and what he's done in his career. And Jon Jones, on the contrary to what people might think. Respect them guys more than I can even put into words. But they don't fucking deserve to be fighting for the heavyweight title. Them guys are not the top of the heavyweight division right now. Let's not, Dana White and everybody else can say whatever they want. Them guys aren't the best heavyweights in the world right now. And I'm not saying that they've not had amazing careers, because I idolise them guys. I want to have a career like that. That's what I'm aiming to do with my life, is what they've done. But they're not the best right now. Right now, they're definitely not the best. So let's stop talking all this bullshit like they are.
So Tom Aspinall's basically giving it straight. He's like, both of those guys are not the best right now. And I would agree with Tom Aspinall here. They are not the best heavyweights right now. They're literally holding the division up. Jon Jones is on the verge of retiring. His body's falling apart. He's getting injury after injury. Now, don't get me wrong. Jon Jones is one of the GOATs. And for me, for a long time, you could probably still say I do think Jon Jones is the best, one of the greatest UFC fighters to do it. But as of right now, guys, in the heavyweight division, do I think Jon Jones is the best of all time? The only way I could call Jon Jones the best of all time is if he steps up and he fights Aspinall, which he's not doing. So as of right now, I can't say Jon Jones is the greatest of all time. I think the guy just needs to step down or fight Tom Aspinall, which he's not doing, guys. And he's ducking Tom Aspinall. We all know that. And Tom Aspinall's just saying it how it is. Dana White is going to keep selling that fight, guys. This fight, Jones versus Stipe. Everyone should watch it. Blah, 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 blah. Guys, who the hell wants to watch that fight, man? Yes, a year or two ago, it would have been good. But guys, right now, it's just, what are we waiting for? And the worst thing is, they haven't even announced it. Tom Aspinall will be the backup fighter for that fight. But I wouldn't be surprised if Stipe pulls out and Jon goes, I ain't fighting Tom Aspinall. Or Jon Jones pulls out and Stipe goes, fuck it, I ain't fighting Tom Aspinall either. So Tom Aspinall's in a shit position, let's be honest, guys. But let's carry on.
Oh, so recently, Jon Jones came out, and you saw it because I sent it to you, and it did the rounds online, and I wanted to get your response. Jones on an Instagram comment said he's going to retire at the end of the year, right? And I was very curious. And you text me back, and I said, can I say this publicly? And you said, yeah, go ahead. And I didn't, because by the time you'd responded, I didn't want to give our personal dialogue on a YouTube video. But I said, oh, Tom, look at this. John says he's retiring. Do you know what his response was, Anthony?
What was it?
He's a bit of a fanny, isn't he? Which I thought was nice. You didn't go scorched earth. You didn't talk shit. You're just like, oh, he's a bit of a fanny, isn't he?
All right, well, I stand by that. I stand by it. But...
So Tom Aspinall is basically saying Jon Jones is a bit of a fan. A bit of a fanny or a bit of a fan. I don't know what he meant by that, but he's basically taking shots at Jon Jones now for saying he's going to retire. Obviously, Tom Aspinall is a nice guy, but let's just carry on.
Well, Jon Jones, he was praying that I would lose that fight against Curtis Blades, mate. Praying that I would. Because there is nowhere that you can find publicly, nowhere, him saying that he will fight me. It doesn't exist. I challenge anybody watching this interview to go and find a statement, a quote, a video where Jon Jones is saying that he'll fight me after he's fought Stipe. It doesn't exist. The guy's smart. And mate, the guy, we know he's a bit overweight these days. The guy was sat there, mate, with the Cheeto fingers or whatever, the Doritos on his fingers, with his iPhone in hand, waiting for me to get knocked out so he can start tweeting about it. Let's be honest. And since I won that fight, he's gone completely quiet.
Tom Aspinall is ripping Jon Jones here, guys. Basically, there's a visualization now. Jon Jones is sitting on a sofa. We know now, guys, he's in the heavyweight division. Jon Jones doesn't look the same as he used to look. He doesn't look as aesthetic. He's in the heavyweight division. A lot of people say the drugs are out of the UFC. But, again, people are saying USADA's out, so some people are starting to take drugs again. But I don't know about that. But Jon Jones is always a lot older now. And his weight obviously does fluctuate. And Tom Aspinall saying he was sitting on his sofa. He's got the Wotsits in one hand, the Cheetos or whatever they call it in the US. And he's got his Dorito fingers and he's got the phone in his hand, because we know Jon Jones likes to do those tweets after fights. He used to put tweets out. He was waiting, guys, for Tom Aspinall to get slept. Tom Aspinall destroyed Curtis Blades within the first round. Quick, easy work. Jon Jones dropped his phone and went into a nightmare. Jon Jones was panicking. He threw the phone. He got annoyed and he put the covers over his head and he went to sleep. And he never spoke about Tom Aspinall again. Tom Aspinall is exposing Jon Jones right now. And what he's saying is true. Jon Jones has never publicly ever said he will fight Tom Aspinall after this. He's never said it. The guy's a smart guy. He likes to lead the crowd on, but he'll never say he'll fight him, because it's not in his agenda to fight Tom Aspinall. Guys, he doesn't want to work. And there's a video that I've done a breakdown on when these two guys interacted in public, and Jon Jones was very smart and very clever how when Tom Aspinall stuck it on him and says, John, let's just have a face-off, Jon Jones gave him a funny look, says, nah, we ain't doing no face-off. It's like one of those where I'm not going to even give you the privilege to even have a chance. The moment I say yes, the fans are going to stick it on me. Jon Jones is a very smart individual. He does not want to fight Tom Aspinall. Do I blame Jon Jones? I don't blame the guy, but you are not the greatest if you are avoiding a fighter like Tom Aspinall. If you're going to just do Stipe and retire, literally come out on the mic, say, yo, Tom Aspinall's too dangerous. I don't want to fight him, so I'm just going to fight Stipe. I'd respect Jon Jones more for that. But nah, he's not going to do that. He's going to play I don't know what's going on with Tom Aspinall. He's going to avoid him. He's not going to even mention his name. But really, guys, the guy's shitting bricks. As soon as Tom Aspinall knocked out Curtis Blades, Jon Jones went into nightmare mode. I'm telling you, guys. He said before the fight, guys, Jon Jones was saying Curtis Blades going to beat Tom Aspinall. And he was just saying all this ridiculous stuff. I guarantee you guys, the guy just went into hiding. Jon Jones has gone into hibernation. He's got one fight with Stipe, another old man. I'm not saying Jon Jones is too much of an old man, but he's getting up there. He's in his mid-30s, probably past his prime. He gets a lot of injuries. I'm not saying Jones can't show up and fight, but we haven't seen it, and he's not willing to step up to the plate. So, in my opinion, Tom Aspinall is now exposing Jon Jones.
And he'll continue to go completely quiet about me until he retires, because there's no way on earth that he's going to fight me. Not a chance. I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him.
Tom Aspinall just ripped Jon Jones. He goes, I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him. That, guys, is a ripping in my opinion. That's taking shots at the guy. And he's going to retire Jon Jones without fighting him because Jon Jones doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall. That's a shot.
So, I mean, wow. That's like one of the coldest fucking statements I've ever heard in my whole life. But
that is sick. I will retire Jon Jones without even fighting him. That's the thumbnail. Go on.
How frustrating is that? That's got to be the most goddamn frustrating thing in the world, because if he goes in and wins and then retires, of course, that's great for you because then you're immediately becoming the undisputed champion. But just like people did to DC, like they've done in the past, that it's always going to be, well, he didn't win it from Jon, which is so unfair to you. And I think we talked about this last week or the week before, Mike, where I think it's super unfair, and that's got to be annoying. But are you, I guess, as part of you just like, okay, just hurry up and do it and get out of here so I can move on, or are you still holding on to some sort of chance you can convince him?
You know, the way I look at it, I'm the best heavyweight in the world, and I'm not getting my credit for it. They're holding the belt hostage, mate, and Jon Jones is loving it. He's loving the fact that Dana White is getting on every interview possible. Friggin' hell, you talk about something, you're talking about bantamweights, and Dana White flips it back and starts talking about how good Jon Jones is. I'm like, mate, if he's that good, let's fight. Like, I'm the number one heavyweight in the world right now. Let's put it on the line and let's see who the man is, me or Jon. Simple as that. It's not. I think a lot of people get it twisted about me disrespecting Jon and all that stuff. Mate, there's plenty of ammo out there for me to get online and disrespect Jon Jones. There's plenty of ammo that people know about Jon Jones and his personal life. And I ain't going there. I'm not about that. I'm the best fighter in the world, best heavyweight in the world right now. And Jon Jones isn't. And I'm willing to prove it. And he's not. That's what I'm about. I'm about being the best heavyweight in the world. As I said, it's well documented that Jon Jones isn't the best person in the world, isn't the best human being in the world. But I ain't going there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to make it personal. I want to be known as the best heavyweight in the world because I believe I am. And if he believes that he is, let's fight about it and settle it. Simple as that.
Well,
so there you go, guys. Tom Aspinall again ripping Dana White, ripping the UFC in one sense, and Jon Jones. He's saying Dana White in every interview, guys. Go watch this bold bastard. Go watch this bold guy, Dana White. Every single interview the guy has, sits there, goes, this is why Jon Jones is number one pound for pound. If we go into a room and 7 people go in the room, Jon Jones is walking out. The guy doesn't like Jon Jones personally. I know Dana White doesn't agree with Jon Jones, but he keeps on saying, especially for the last year or two, he keeps bigging Jon Jones up, and you've got to wonder what the hell happened to Dana White. Why is he bigging Jon Jones up so much? The reason he's bigging Jon Jones up, guys, he wants to sell that Stipe fight. That Stipe fight that no one wants to buy. He just wants everyone to buy into the hype. Jon Jones did come up to heavyweight. Jon Jones did beat Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane lost to Francis Ngannou. He's a wrestler. So there was nothing really too impressive about Cyril Gane. I'm not saying he's not a good heavyweight. He was probably one of the best heavyweights at that time. Tom Aspinall was still coming up the ranks about a year or two ago. But now Tom Aspinall is in his prime. I think Tom Aspinall beats Cyril Gane. I think Tom Aspinall beats all these heavyweights. So if Jon Jones is really the best, Tom Aspinall is the man. Now Jon Jones was considering fighting Francis Ngannou at one point. And he was at 50-50 or whatever. It took him a long time to go up in weight, but I think he did mention Francis Ngannou. The reason he wanted to fight Francis Ngannou is he knew Francis Ngannou's wrestling isn't as par on Jon Jones's level. But now when he looks at Tom Aspinall, he knows this guy moves too quickly for a heavyweight. This guy can wrestle. This guy is the full package. Jon Jones is getting older. He's slowing down. He doesn't want no trouble. He does not want it with Tom Aspinall. He doesn't even mention his name, guys. So just pure exposure here, guys, from Tom Aspinall once again.
Tom, I can clearly see that you're fired up about that. And I do like to see it. And I understand why. And I understand exactly what you're saying, because you're right. There is so much history over the years with Jon Jones. You haven't touched any of it with a barge pole. And that would be like the immediate thing that a lot of people would go to. And that's, again, why I respect you as a human being for not doing that. And even at UFC 3 or 4, when you won, you just went, hi, John. You didn't give it the big one. You didn't get on the microphone and talk shit, call him a coward or any of that. You still kept it respectful. And I think that's why ultimately people look at you and, you know, you have got a large support on your side. And a lot of people kind of also frustrated with your situation. So we spoke in Manchester briefly, and you mentioned it just there. So you're going to be the backup fighter for the fight between Stipe and Jon. Is that confirmed?
Yes, mate, that's confirmed. And I will jump in on 1 hour's notice if I have to and beat either of them.
So my question for that, though, is...
Tom Aspinall is the backup fighter for the Jon Jones and Stipe fight. Tom Aspinall not holding back, saying, look, I will jump in 1 hour's notice, guys, and I'll beat both of them, either one of them. Tom Aspinall is going to be training for that fight. Tom Aspinall is going to be praying that Stipe pulls out. Praying, guys. Jon Jones will get the shock of his lifetime, guys. I don't think Jon Jones will fight Tom Aspinall if that happens. I see Jon Jones would pull out the fight as well. He would not risk it. So Tom Aspinall's getting back end of the stick here, in my opinion, because if Jon Jones somehow pulled out of that fight last minute, for him to fight Stipe may take it because the Jon Jones fight could just get dragged. But I don't see Jon Jones taking Tom Aspinall on the last minute for fights. I don't see it happening. I just don't, guys. I think Jon Jones would rather retire. He will not take that fight. So I just think Tom Aspinall's kind of getting pushed in a spot where he's going to be the backup fighter, but I don't think Jon Jones will take it. But it would be funny to see Jon Jones get that reaction of Stipe's just pulled out. Jon Jones is Tom Aspinall or nothing. Jon Jones will be shitting bricks left, right, and centre, guys. Trust me, you don't want it.
Do you? And I don't blame.
You really think Jon Jones is going to take a Tom Aspinall fight on the last minute? No way, guys. They're only doing it, guys, just to make Tom Aspinall feel a little bit better. You're the backup fighter. It's sad, guys. Dana White knows Jon Jones won't fight Tom Aspinall. I don't even think Stipe will, guys. They're not going to risk a fresh, hungry heavyweight like Tom Aspinall, who's trying to be the best heavyweight of all time.
Blame you, mate, and I don't doubt you for a split second. Look at what he did to Sergey on 2 weeks' notice with an injury. But is there a little part? Is there a slight risk? And I'm just asking for the sake of conversation, that because you're not the guaranteed fighter, you're only the backup fighter, that you don't train quite as hard, and then maybe you get stepped up last second, last minute, and you've kind of half-arsed it in camp?
Absolutely not. I am not one. Mate, I will be more prepared for that fight, if it happens or not, than I was for my last fight. Every training camp, mate, I'm getting more and more mature. I'm learning more and more. I'm getting better. I know how to prepare more. I know who to train with and what to train and how my body feels and all that stuff. And, mate, I have never, ever, ever been as focused in my life as I am right now. Like, I will, as I said, mate, I will step in, put the gloves on, take my shirt off and fight these guys on an hour's notice if I need to.
Which guy would mean more to you to beat? If you take the belt out of it, take the title belt out.
So Tom Aspinall said he's going to be training for that fight to step in. But again, I don't know if they will take that fight. But it's good to know that Tom Aspinall is training behind the scenes. And somehow, if one of them pull out, I hope Stipe pulls out and Jon Jones gets a shock of his lifetime.
Which one would mean more?
They're probably pretty equal in that respect. As I said before, them guys are what I'm trying to do with my life. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to be on their level of status. Do you know what I mean? I want to be one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time.
Who do you look up to more?
Well, I look up to Stipe more because don't make me say it, Anthony. Don't make me say it.
Well, no, even...
Say what? Say what? I want to know.
Well...
I don't mean like personally.
Let the man speak. Okay. I want to hear this.
If there's anything about drug tests going on, then,
So Tom Aspinall just rips Jon Jones again, guys. As we know, Jon Jones has had a history of murky waters, guys, with drug tests, picograms. He's been stopped in his career. A lot of people claim Jon Jones was never a full clean athlete. And guys, I'm not being funny, but if you look at Jon Jones's physique, I know he's a lot older now. He does look a lot different as well, but a lot of people do say Jon Jones is not a clean athlete. Once you get popped by USADA, you just don't go in the same sort of category. If you look at someone like George St. Pierre or any other the greats, you shouldn't really be getting popped. But that makes your legacy a little bit tainted from what a lot of people say. And Tom Aspinall's taking shots at Jon Jones. I don't think he's doing it on purpose, but he said that Stipe's one of the more, he looks up to Stipe more than Jon Jones, guys. So dirty shots being fired slyly by Tom Aspinall here.
I didn't even think of that.
I wasn't thinking of that either.
That's a bit of an asterisk next to your name. Do you know what I mean? If there's a drug test going on, same as you know, when people talk about Anderson Silva being the best of all time, he definitely was, but there was definitely some other stuff going on there.
Yeah.
So again, with someone like Anderson Silva, it was the same sort of thing, guys. And Tom Aspinall is not holding back with that. He's been obviously popped for some sort of PAD use or something dodgy going on, and that puts something next to your name. It questions your greatest of all time status.
There's some questions.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always said that I thought that your style and your game is the next evolution of what Stipe kind of was. Like, great boxer. He's for his size, he's fast, crazy power in his hands, fairly mobile, can wrestle. You know, like you're the next evolution of that. I've always said I thought you're the way better version of Stipe if you add in the jiu-jitsu and the kicking game and stuff like that. So I thought maybe Stipe would be the guy that you probably would align more with in terms of just watching him fight.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, I don't know either guy personally, but Stipe seems more my type of human being than Jones.
Yeah.
Again, another sly shot, guys, to Jon Jones slyly. I'm not saying the nasty side of Tom Aspinall's come out, because he's still a nice guy, but he's wanting to take more shots. He goes, Stipe is more of a nice guy, the type of guy I would look up to, and more than Jon.
Tom, one thing that I'm picking up here is because, you know, obviously you're very happy with your success. You're confident in who you are and comfortable with who you are and where you're at. You became the interim champion. You've just defended the interim champ. But now it's really seeming like this is now pissing you off. Whereas before, you were so... Don't take this the wrong way. You see, you were so happy and grateful for the situation that you were in. You know, but now it seems that it's pissing you off that you're not getting a chance to unify the belts and truly say, I am the undisputed. Am I accurate in thinking that?
Yes, you are. It is pissing me off. I don't like to fucking complain because everyone's like, oh, you're crying about this, blah, blah, blah. Mate, there's 6 guys in the top 10 who I finished in the first round. Just let that sink in for a minute.
Oh, jeez.
6 guys in the top 10 have finished in the first round.
He's not wrong, guys. He's finished a lot of top heavyweights in the first round. You got you just finished Curtis Blades. He finished Pavlovich. He's finished Volkov. There's probably more on that list that I'm not mentioning, but he's actually finished them in the first round, guys. Tom Aspinall is in his right to be pissed off that he's getting made to wait, guys. He's getting made to be the nice guy. Like, don't worry, we'll rub Tom Aspinall up the wrong way. So he should be getting pissed off. If I'm Tom Aspinall, I would actually now at this point start attacking Jon Jones. I would actually go into the dirty side just to make some noise. But again, he's not that type of character. But it is very sad to see what the UFC are doing to Tom Aspinall.
I just beat the number 1 contender, who is Sorogan, and the number 1 contender before him, who was Sergey Pavlovich, in a combined time of 2 minutes and 7 seconds. 2 fights. So it's like, fucking John's not doing that. He beat one guy, Sorogan, who didn't want to be there 2 years ago. Yeah. And he's walking around calling himself the real champion. Granted, he's having an amazing career. He's been a champion most of his career. Not a heavyweight. I'm the guy at heavyweight. Not him. Me. So I want to be recognised as the best. I've got the real belt. I'm the one defending. He's defending against the 42-year-old Stipe Miocic with 1,000,000 miles on the clock. If you want to be the real guy, you have to fight me.
Tom Aspinall again, just spitting straight facts, taking shots at Jon Jones again. saying, yo, you're fighting a 43-year-old, you're holding the belt for 2 years, you fought against a Cyril Gane who didn't want to be there, just got submitted in the first round. What the fuck are you doing if you're really the heavyweight? Because what is Jon Jones doing, guys? Yes, he had an injury. Yes, he's waiting around, but Jon Jones is just chilling, guys. I'm the best heavyweight on the planet, but he doesn't fight. He's waiting to fight Stipe, which that fight is taking years to make. So Tom Aspinall is starting to make noise, and I don't blame him.
I tell you what, Tom, this is the first time I've seen you like this.
I like it.
I like it. I like it. But I tell you, I don't want to be stuck down a dark alley with Tom and he's had 6 Stellas and I've pissed him off because I've said something like a little bit wrong that he doesn't like in an interview. And I get this version of Tom in my face because whenever I'm around Tom, I'm always like, come on, Tom, I'll take you. I'll single leg you. This version of Tom, I'm like, fuck that. I'm out of it.
Security.
Yeah, Tom Aspinall is showing a side here that is starting to get a bit agitated, and I don't blame him. I think Tom Aspinall needs to go a bit more vocal with this, guys. Not calling Jon Jones out, but guys, just start taking the piss now. At this point, Tom Aspinall, make some noise, man. Just rip this Jon Jones, guys, on a daily, because everyone needs to go to Jon Jones's Instagram page and just flood the guy's comments with Tom Aspinall, man. Why you ducking? Why you ducking? Maybe he'll get the message, but he's not gonna fight Tom Aspinall, guys. He doesn't want it. Guys, I just want to show you a little bit more proof that Tom Aspinall is not happy with Jon Jones, and he's literally taking shots at Jon Jones on his Instagram. So if you have a look at his latest post, I'm just going to show you now. So if you have a look at this post, guys, you can see that Tom Aspinall is saying, he's put a few emojis on the bottom with the eyes, a duck emoji, and question. So he's got a video of Dana White calling Jon Jones the best in the world. Well, let's listen to this.
You talk about who's the baddest dude in the world. You put 2 guys in a room, and who walks out? Jon Jones walks out of the fucking room every time.
Exactly right, Dana. We need to get John in a room first. Let's go and find the room. Hello, John. 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 Hello, John.
Oh boy.
John.
It was at this moment that he knew.
Sorry, mate. I thought it was someone else. Sorry. John? There he is. We've got him. John! John!
Dry your eyes, mate. I know it's hard to take, but her mind has been made up. There's plenty more fish in the sea.
So there you go, guys. Tom Aspinall is ripping Jon Jones, guys. He's now taking that incentive and he's actually starting to post about it. So I have to commend Tom Aspinall for
You
this.
talk about you put 2 guys.
If we have a look at his next post, guys. I like the music there, but let's just read this, guys. So he's got, wonder if it was that video of my fighting that retired him. Jon Jones puts a message out. I'm 37 years old now. I've kicked everyone's ass. My job is to finish strong and make an amazing movie. Go join Tom Brady, Floyd Mayweather, and all the other retired badasses. And then Tom Aspinall responds, wonder if it was that video or my fighting that retired him. And then Tom Aspinall got, please make sure you pass me the belt on the way out of the octagon if you beat Biden. Joe Biden. Oh man, Tom Aspinall is funny, guys. And here's another video, guys. Jon Jones trying to retire undefeated. Let's watch this. This is pure ducking at its finest, guys. Tom Aspinall has taken shots at Jon Jones. Jon Jones is on the back foot, guys, and telling you guys, this is what you call ducking. This is worse than Tyson Fury ducking Alexander Usyk, guys, because fortunately Turki Al-Sheikh is not involved in the UFC, because if he was, Turki Al-Sheikh would have forced Jon Jones, well, with a good amount of money, but Dana White won't do that, guys. So Yeah, man, this is Tom Aspinall not having it. If I'm Tom Aspinall, I'd continue this every single day and just get the crowd behind this, guys, because Jon Jones is running, guys. You seen what he said on those tweets, but yeah, man, that's just going to be my video. You let me know. Is Jon Jones ducking Tom Aspinall? Okay, guys, so that's just going to be my video, guys, on Tom Aspinall ripping Jon Jones, ripping Dana White, ripping Stipe. You leave your thoughts below, guys. What do you think about this? Is Jon Jones running away from Tom Aspinall with his Dorito hands, just waiting, guys, getting himself exposed, not wanting to fight fucking Tom Aspinall, just shitting bricks? And Dana White, again, just trying to make this Stipe fight. Guys, let's go to Jon Jones's fucking Instagram. Let's flood him with Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall, Tom Aspinall. We know he doesn't want to fight Tom Aspinall, guys. It's just blatant. Why are they even doing the Stipe fight? Do you think the Stipe fight should go ahead, or do you think they should just make Jon Jones with Tom Aspinall? They could make that fight this year, guys, December. That would be the biggest UFC fight in a long time. But Jon Jones ain't going to take that fight, guys. We know he ain't going to take that fight. You leave your thoughts below, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.